All right, you're welcome once again. Um, in this section, I'm going to be talking about how to set up your website. But before then, there's something I omitted in the last video. That is the web hosting cPanel. You remember I told you after you've done the domain registration and you've paid for your hosting, the hosting provider will send you an email containing your domain name and hosting details or hosting configuration. So right in that email, you're going to have your username and a password for your domain name and for your hosting. So that is it. So let's see the cPanel. What is the cPanel? cPanel is the back end of your website. This is where you upload all the software you'll be using, the files, the images, the video, everything that controls your website. That's where it's located, and that's where you can update, install, format anything about your website. Now this cPanel is not, you're not supposed to show anybody. It is only you or your developer that will handle this. So anything you want to do about your website, the general public will not see it. They don't have access to it. Nobody has access except you. So you have a username and password for your cPanel. So let me show you how the cPanel is. So this is it. So you just go to your website /cpanel, then see your website, your domain name /cpanel is going to load like this, and as soon as it's loaded, you can just probably click login. So when you log in, it takes you successfully and it takes you to this environment. Now this is where your entire website back end resides. Do you get it now? Now, because we are not building a full-grown website, we're not going to go into details of this. We'll just pick the one that we need to create our profitable ultimate e-commerce sales funnel. Do you get my point now? So that's it. Having said that, the next thing that we need to look at on our list is how to set up our website. Now that we've logged into our cPanel, the first thing we need to do there is to first set up our WordPress. So what is this WordPress? WordPress is a software that allows you, this is the layman definition of it, that allows you to create your website without you having a coding skill. You understand? You don't need to write a programming language. You don't need to write a program. You don't need to code. You don't need to do anything. Just drag and drop. You understand now? So it makes your web designing or web pages easier. Do you get my point now? And WordPress is a CMS. CMS is a content management system. It helps you to manage your content, your web content. Very easy to use, and I'm going to be showing you in a couple of minutes now how to install the WordPress on your domain name or on your hosting server. Do you get it? Okay, so let's dive in now. Okay, let's dive in right away. So let me log in. All right, so here is my cPanel. Don't forget I talk about this cPanel. This is where everything that I will be needing, this is where it resides. So I want to install my WordPress. What I will do is I will scroll down to my cPanel. Scroll down. I will see an option here called software. Now this software menu helps me install software on my site, on my server. on my hosting server. So if you look down here, the software that will help me do this, install my WordPress, is Softaculous app installer. If you click on this app, either you click on this app or you scroll down completely, you will see WordPress, and this is the one that we want to install. So I will come down here and click WordPress. All right, so this is the environment of the installation. So what I want to do here is I want to install the WordPress on this site. So I click on install now. Now right here, I want to install my WordPress on this my domain, and you need to watch out for this https // let it be always on this, install it on this your domain, and also this you need to delete this. Why? So that your WordPress site will be installed at the root directory of your site, so that if anybody type www. whatever site name.com, enter, they'll be able to go to your site directly. Do you understand? But always do that, because this is a testing and this site is live already. I only want to destruct it, so I will do it here. I want it to be here. Then I scroll down here, I change this to the name of my site. Just say biostore stores. Just call it one-stop shop, right? Stop shop or best deal store in Nigeria. Okay, so let me just say that, so you can, all this can be changed later, right? Now if you look your right side here, you see username and password. Please always change this so that hackers will not hack your system. So change the username from admin to anything. Then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to change my password as well. Always do this, always do this. I'm showing you this now. This site is going to be a fake one. I'm bringing it down immediately after this class, so don't try to access the site like this, right? It won't go. All right, so I'm going to leave it at default. Admin this, and always make sure I change that. Okay, always make sure that you change it and write your password, username and password down. Always write it down, so that, because if you mix this, you will not be able to get your stuff back, except you. I'm telling you this because I don't want it to be more technical. So you're going to have this address. Now later in this class, I'm going to show you how to create your customized email for your brand. You understand? It's going to be probably your name at yourwebsite.com. So it creates originality. It creates a brand identity, so that if your customers see, they say, oh, wow, this is a company, right? So that's that. After you've done all this, you scroll down. You don't need to pick any theme. Like I said, we are not building a full-grown website. You understand? We're building a funnel, so we don't want to build a complete website. So I'll just click on install now. I'll click on install now, and it's installing. It takes like max 2-3 minutes. Oh, what's okay? So it's telling me that the following error were found. The directory already exists. Please type in another directory. Like I told you, we've used this for a testing before, and that's why it's flagging that. So let me quickly correct that. Let me quickly correct that. All right, guys. So I've corrected that. Let's start all over again. So I'm coming here, click install. So I put here bao stores, right? So it's a best deal shop store in Nigeria. So I said you should change this, always make sure that it's changed. Then come down here, I click install, right? So in a couple of minutes now, it will be up. Less than 5 minutes, it should be up, right? All right, guys. So WordPress software, we've successfully installed the WordPress software, and it will tell you congratulations, the software was installed successfully. The WordPress has been installed successfully. It will give you the directory, the location of where you install it. So if you want to access your site now, if you copy this and put it on a browser, that is the location of your site. This is the public. This is what the public will see. You understand? This is it. This is what the public will see. This is your website, right? This is your web page. It is your welcome screen, and also it will give you another one called administrative URL. Administrative URL is the URL you follow to manage your WordPress site. You get it now? So let's copy that again and go to our browser and paste it there. So this is our administrative menu. It's going to prompt you to enter username and password. You can see, set the username and the password. So the username we use is admin, and the password we're using is password, right? Like I said, I'm bringing it down after this class. So if you go there now, you'll see it, because we're just using this as a test and just to show ourselves on how to access that. Go. Now, the next thing that we want to do is to set up our WordPress, to complete setting up our WordPress, right? So before we install the plugins, let's come down here. This is the WordPress environment after we've logged in with our username and password. So to the left side, you see the menus that you're going to work with. To this side, you see all this stuff. Now, the first thing you need to do is to come to setting. From the setting, come to general. So to check out, like if you want to change the name of your store, you can come here and change it. The tagline, for SEO purpose, you can change it. So all this is change the time, the date. You come to writing. You can as well change all this here. Reading, can as well come here, change this. We'll come back to this one later by the time we are setting up our funnel. So the important part is this option called permalink. Permalink is your URL directory, like the URL as it is at the top of this bar, how it's going to be displaying. That's what the permalink is. So right here, I do prefer it to be post name. So make sure that it's always on post name. Do you get it? Always use post name. So what it means is that if you have, take for instance, a page called gym, for instance. That's the page where you talk about the gymming and stuff like that. Then there'll be your website name, say www.davifastore.com.ng/WP or /gym store. So that's how it's going to look, and it helps you rank on Google. So always use post name, right? Please take note of that. It's very important. The next thing we want to do is to first create our home page, our landing page. You get it? This is important so that we can use that landing page or our root directory to be getting opt-ins. We use that as a squeeze page. You understand? You know, don't forget I said we are not building a full website here. We are building a sale funnel, a selling system, right? So here I'll create something. I'll create a page, call the name of my store, and make it my home page. All right, so this is how it look. These are the pages, how to create the pages look like. So I'm going to call this my page, bio store. I'm going to call it bio stores, right? So I publish it. I publish again. So that I will click here to go back to my dashboard. Good, I'm back to my dashboard. You can see it here. This is the new page that I created. Do you get it now? So now what I need, why I did this is I'll come back to my settings, then come to readings. Sorry, readings. Come to readings. Now here, where I have a static page, because I'm building a static page, I'll come here, my home page, so that anytime anybody click on launch my site, it's land here without any directory. So I'll come here, then pick that store. So good. I'll scroll down here and click save. So after I click save, good. So let me come back to this place. So look at this. So I'll just click refresh, and it's, you see the page look different, right? Good one. So I'll go back. And the next thing I want to do is to So the next thing I want to do is to change this CW, because we are building a brand and we need to make sure that everything that we need is, you know, talk about our brand. But like this W is not what I want there. So I want to change it. Right? I want to change it. So for me to change it, I'll come to appearance. From appearance, I will come to custom. So I get to custom. Okay. So I come to custom. As I get to custom, see site identity. So I come to site identity. I can put a logo here if I want, and down here if I scroll down, you see site icon. It's the one that holds this. So I will just come here. I will go and look for any image. So I'm going to tell you how to go about this. So I'll go to my computer. Look for, okay, so now what is important is that I will have probably designed my logo, the logo that I want there, the image that I want to put there. But now since I've not done that, let me just use one image or one logo on my system. So I go to my system and I locate the file. I locate the file and I upload the file. So how to upload is open your system, the location of that file that I want to upload, and drag it. Click and drag. Click and drag. You see this blue stuff and drop. It said drop file. So I drop it there. It's load and it look like this. This is the image. So I'll click select. And it said this is how it's gonna look. As you can see how it looks. It said it's gonna be here. So I click crop. So you can see that the icon here has changed. So after I've done that, I'll just click on publish. Don't forget I said that you can change this title, your site's title. You can change this, your tagline. You can as well upload your logo. So how can you do that? So just click on this. Let's say it's the same image that I want to use, this image. So I'll just click on this and that. So it shows me this. Say this is what I want to use as my logo. I click on it and it changed that to my logo, and I publish it. It changed that to be my logo. Do you get my point now? Good. So let's proceed to the next level so that the video will not be too long. This is almost 21 minutes, so let it be like 30 minutes. Let's continue with this. Now, these are what you need to do before you start setting up your funnel, your complete funnel. You get, just press close here so that you can go back to your dashboard. All right, so now these are what you need. The next thing that we'll be talking about is how to install our plugins. So what is this plugins? Plugins is a mini software that helps the WordPress software, that boosts the performance, the functionality, that add more functionality to WordPress sites. You get it? Now, because we are building a funnel, always remember, this is not a full website design course. Because we are just building a funnel, we need a page builder. I'll give you the list of those plugins that we'll be using. We need a page builder. We need our order form. We need our cart management, and I'll also show you how to build your e-commerce store. So you add your e-commerce store to your cart and so on and so forth. So the next video we'll be talking about how to install our plugins. So you can go to the next video and to continue the class.